Should advertisers be able to target young children? In today's world, we see advertising and marketing everywhere. Most people take it for granted, and on the surface it seems harmless enough, but there are concerns about the way it impacts on young children. So, why do some advertisers deliberately target children?
Children are really a key target audience, much more than they were 10 or 20 years ago. That's because they don't just buy toys for themselves and kids' products, they actually persuade their parents to buy a lot of the brands they want.
Do you know
Lego! Lego!
Have you all got Lego?
Yes! A stack of it.
And who knows? Barbie! And who knows?
I have Pepsi. Pepsi.
You're very smart. You can see through the back of these cards, can't you?
Yeah, I like Pepsi.
These kids today are around about 2 to 4 years old, and that's when advertising really starts to kick home, about 3. We found out through research it can start as early as 1.5.
I've got another one to show you. Do you know what this one is?
No.
No. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a chocolate?
Research is useful because a lot of what I do is to try and tell advertisers and manufacturers what works in packaging and what works in commercials. If you choose the wrong logo, the packaging doesn't stand out from the shelf, and when you go down a shopping aisle with a screaming child in the trolley, they don't turn their heads and say, "Mummy, I want this particular product."
They watch a television ad, they read a brochure, they watch what their friends have got. The playground cred is very important. And then they just slowly needle their parents again and again until they get it. When we're thinking about writing advertising, even for adult products, quite often we'll actually think about children as well. And that's because children are much easier to reach with advertising. They like advertising, they pick up on it really fast. And quite often we can exploit that relationship and get them actually pestering their parents for the products.
Advertisers like targeting children because they pick up messages faster than adults. The advertisers also know children will pester their parents for the brands they want. But is there any harm in that?
This is quite a big group. Let's start with this one first. We've got Adidas, I'm just calling these out for tape. Adidas, Nike, Puma, Fever, Umbro, Head, LSE, Reebok and Kappa. Why do they all group together?
Because they're the biggest. They're the biggest brands.
And the biggest. When you say the biggest, what do you mean?
Most popular. Most popular.
Why is it better to have ones with a brand name?
It's got the brands. And people see. Otherwise, if people see you and say, "Where'd you get that from?" And then if it's like a shop name, they'll like think you're weird. Yeah, if you're gonna buy something, you should like go for the more top selling type of thing, because then it's like the talk of the school or whatever. It's more like getting around.
The most important thing about a brand is a stamp of authenticity. In the playground, if you have the wrong type of training shoes, you are excluded. The thing about kids is, yes, they are keen to be individuals, but there's nothing worse than not being the right type of individual, which is included in the group. So brands have that real power to show that you are the right sort of kid.
As a result of advertising, some children become obsessed with certain brands, while others are bullied for not having the right brands. It can also be difficult for parents because often they just can't afford to buy the exact products their children want. Most children don't have spending power of their own, so they pester their parents for products. This can put a lot of pressure on parents, especially if they can't afford the brands their children choose.